Good evening, everyone, or at least wherever you live in the world. This is going to be another ZOTAC 287 semifinals. This is the second series of the two series that I guess is part of the semifinals. This is going to be between DkH.Subsonic, who's going to be spawning as the blue human player on the bottom left, and his opponent is going to be Rising Stars, though who's going to be spawning as his off race, currently the pink undead player. And yeah, this is just gonna be it. My exams are over so far. I have a couple of days before I have to go back, and yeah, I mean they're just practice exams, but they're still nerve-breaking. Whoa. Amazing, isn't it? Oh well, it doesn't really matter as it's only the opening minutes. Altar of Kings will be completed, and we are going to be seeing an Archmage versus a Death Knight. Graveyard placed down right after that, Tome of Relics, so we are going into the usual Crypt Fiend build. Not too early Crypt Fiends, but not too late either. Probably gonna have a Death Knight Lich as the combination, as though it tends to do so when he goes undead. Subsonic. Wow, hopefully that lag spike doesn't do much. I'm actually currently moving files, so if that is the case, then I will have to go and pause that. Subsonic, not sure if he's gonna go for that expansion. Okay, there we go. I'm not sure if he's gonna go for an expansion or not. Usually when you're versing someone like an undead player, especially a player like Tho, it's gonna be really hard to hold that down. And okay, if I get another lag spike, I will go ahead and pause that. Looks like the Archmage will begin his creeping. The Death Knight will not reach this in time, and yeah, I'm gonna pause this. Oh my god. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. No, really, I am sorry. Looks like it's gonna be a +2 ring on that Archmage. Hopefully Death Knight will be arriving soon, but he will find out that there is no creeps to Jack. And of course the War Elemental was taken down by the Archmage just in case something like the Death Knight might happen. And there we go, skeletons are going to be coming from that sheep's corpse. And of course Archmage will take a Death Coil to the face, and this footman is going to be unluckily ensnared as well. Tho is going to pull both creep camps actually onto these two footmen. Oh, another ensnare from that Murloc Huntsman. And of course he's just standing around like he's doing nothing. We might have a Death Coil right here. And there we go, taking down that footman. Death Coil deals about 100 damage. So yeah, that's probably when Tho estimates when he should actually go and use it. It also heals for 100 if it's an undead unit. And the skeleton will be taken down, bringing that Archmage close to level 2. If that Huntsman gets taken down as well, that will bring him to level 2, but that will be taken from that Death Knight. I'm not sure if I really would have liked that. Should have just saved up for that Night Crawler, but oh well. Archmage also going to take quite a bit of damage himself. Skeletons are actually chasing him. Not going to engage these footmen just quite yet. We do have a single Crypt Fiend out as well. Most likely number 2 will be moving very soon. We're going to go for Holes of the Dead for Tho, and most likely Keep Tick for Subsonic. So yeah, DK is halfway to level 2, but the Archmage already level 2, moving on to his 3rd level as well. So yeah. Although, I think the undead army really needs to benefit from Unholy Aura. Otherwise it's going to be a little difficult to, I guess, keep harassing his opponent, as he will be forced to go back and heal up. Arcane Tower has been constructed, so those skeletons can't really provide the harassment that they usually should have or should deal. And yeah, this skeleton will most likely unsummon itself. Archmage needs to be careful. A couple of hits and then a death coil could kill him, but he does have that TP scroll. Crypt Fiend's gaining a couple of easy shots off onto that Archmage. Footman is going to... will he run away? No, another Crypt Fiend is going to provide some damage as well. Death Knight. Oh, just out of range of Death Coil, and there we go. Killing that Footman, bringing him even closer to level 2. Boots of Speed and Dust Appearance has been purchased. Why would he get Dust Appearance? I have no idea, to be honest. Maybe it's those burrowing Crypt Fiends. That probably might be it, but this early in the game I'm not sure if the burrow is going to be taken. DK will finally reach level 2 and Unholy Aura for the Undead Army, additional movement speed as well as health regeneration. So you can see this Crypt Fiend regenerating himself very, very slowly. Of course it will be accelerated if they're actually standing on Blight, but they're not. Okay, it looks like a potion of replenishment has been picked up on that Archmage, so very nice item to get back into the fight. If only he was out of combat. We also see some riflemen being produced as well as a Mountain King, so the rifle range upgrades are going to be researched. That will bring, I believe, 400 range up to 600 range. I don't know, we shall see about that. I'm not sure about my upgrades, but that probably might be it. They can easily outrange the Crypt Fiends, who I believe have a 550 range or something around that. So yeah. Okay, Mountain King got himself a Gloves of Haste. Probably will give that to the Archmage or just sell it himself. Archmage is, I guess, 18 experience points away from level 3. DK is kind of the same situation, but nope, there we go, level 3. A Lich is also the second hero for Tho, like I expected. And he will be ever so closely to level 3 as well. We are not going to go to Castle Tick for Subsonic, but Tho is going to go for Black Citadel. He really needs that Orb of Corruption, as the Lich doesn't really have items to, I guess, push him back up, if that makes sense. Rune Braces on that Mountain King, so hopefully the Death Coil Frost Nova combination will not be as effective as it should, especially with the hero resistance already. Okay, here we go. Priests, sorceresses in the, I guess, army mix, but we have 5 Crypt Fiends and a ton of skeletons, accompanied by a Book of the Dead and Roar right there, so 25% extra damage. These militia are going to be demolished. Deathcore is going to heal up that Crypt Fiend. Of course, Frost Nova will also do a lot of damage for the Undead Army as well. Riflemen do have +1 upgrades, but the Crypt Fiends do not have +1 upgrades. They also have that Roar though, so that's going to hopefully even things out. Slowly but surely the human army is being whittled away, but the skeletons are just slowly crumbling themselves, as they tend to do so. And here we go, looks like the riflemen are going to turn around and engage these skeletons. We do have 2 Obsidian statues right here. The Crypt Fiends will be going after that Arcane Tower. 1 rifleman will be taken down, as well as a priest. These archers are going to do a lot of damage for the Undead Army, and it looks like Subsonic smartly and just luckily try to focus that Death Knight. Almost took him down, but of course it forced Tho to use that TP scroll. Very smart move from Subsonic. Either Tho will lose his DK, or he will be forced to use that scroll, and he opted to go for the scroll. Oh yeah, I was going to check the rifleman upgrades. It is indeed 600, while the Crypt Fiends are 550, so I was right. How the Riflemen really need their upgrades to, I guess, even out with the Crypt Fiends. I mean, 535 hit points while the Crypt Fiends at 550, as well as them doing 26 to 31 while the Riflemen do 19 to 28, including +1 upgrades. Okay, it looks like Subsonic is going to get himself his own Book of the Dead, so maybe, just maybe, he will try the same amount of pressure at his opponent's base. Lich still doesn't have his Orb of Corruption. We do have Black Citadel, but there is no units giving him that orb. We also have a Dark Ranger out, so Dark Skeletons or Dark Minions will be able to be summoned, and there we go with the Book of the Dead. It looks like DK is kind of trapped right there. Stormbolt is going to be used, Mountain King is going to be focused down, but oh, he will not be able to survive, as it looks like he got himself a Death Coil to the face. Death Knight, I believe, had a health pot or something like that. I don't know how, but either way, this Crypt Fiend is going to be saved with another Death Coil right there, and a Frost Nova taking a lot of damage on these skeletons. That Crypt Fiend finally gets taken down. Absorb magic from that Destroyer. Very nicely done, especially since those skeletons are counted as summoned units as well, so the Elemental as well as the skeletons will provide the mana needed on that Destroyer, so nicely done right there. However, we have 6 Riflemen out on the field, so they can easily focus fire that Destroyer. Dark Ranger is at level 2. I'm not sure if she's gonna get a silence or not. And there we go with the Nova Coil right there on that Priest. Obviously a very deadly combination. If only a Pipe of Insight was picked up, those two heroes would provide an, I guess, endless amount of DPS. Subsonic is trying to revive his Mountain King. I think he'll be able to get him out in time, especially since Subsonic will actually be forced to engage right here. This peasant will be taken down, and 2 skeletons again will be summoned, and we did see a Dark Ritual right there. That's pretty much why Dark Ranger is usually chosen as the 3rd hero, just so they can get their skeletal minion to, how shall I say it, act as a sacrifice. Either way, Tho does have quite a bit of skeletons himself, so he will be able to push this human defending army back. Riflemen are going to turn around and provide a lot of damage on those skeletons. Level 4 finally on that Archmage. Militia is also being pulled out, as well as the Mountain King. Mountain King is going to go for a Stormbolt to that Death Knight. Death Knight, he has no way of actually escaping, but he used Death Pack to heal himself back up. So Tho actually chose Death Pact as one of his abilities, so he's got the full package on that Death Knight except for Raise Dead. So wow, very interesting. Obviously Death Pact is one of those abilities that, I guess, make or break your army, as essentially you would want to keep your Death Knight alive, but at the same time you don't want to be slowly killing your own army with an insta-kill ability like Dark Ritual and Death Pact at the same time, so you generally don't want that. Destroyer probably would try to absorb that slow, maybe for that additional mana, but I'm not sure. Yet there we go. Of course, this is generally why casters are such a risky move going against a Destroyer army, as Destroyers can just easily gobble up the utility spells that they cast. Either the Crypt Fiend is going to get Storm Bolted, but most likely will be healed up either by Death Coil or by those statues. Slowly, each army is trying to exchange blows, but none of them will want to engage. Of course, it is kind of risky for Tho to engage right now, as there's quite a few Riflemen as well, but at the same time it's kind of risky for Subsonic, as the burst damage from those heroes are just way too much. Abomination obviously is not helping the cause for Subsonic, as it is just soaking up a lot of damage, as you can see. Death Coil, oh wow, Death Pact to deny the experience for Subsonic, so very nicely done from Death Pact right there. Although I would have expected a Dark Ritual to be used instead. Either way, we have the Archmage being forced to use that TP scroll. He did purchase himself a health pot as well, just in case the similar thing happens. Refuge is going to be pulled back, and there we go. Archmage looks like he is going to be focused down. Will we see another Nova Coil combination coming? I'm not sure. Relish does have that mana available, but the Death Knight really needs his mana for healing his units. We did see a Dark Ritual on that skeleton, but this Cripping will be taken down as both abilities are unavailable. And there we go with Absorb Magic. We have 2 Destroyers in the air as well as 2 statues, so he's pretty much got full utility. The army supply right now is 64 versus 47. Right now Tho's looking at a great advantage as more units are coming in to reinforce the undead army, and another abomination to take the other one's place. Mountain King needs to be careful, is taking quite a bit of damage himself. Death Knight has enough mana for 1 more Death Coil. Dark Ranger will reach level 3, but Subsonic will give the GG before anything pretty much happens. So yeah, nicely played by Tho. I mean, if you're one basing as a human player against an undead, you really need to harass your opponent, otherwise you're just gonna get stomped and left behind. So either way, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next game.